Okay, welcome back to the BSN channel. I know this topic has been overused. A lot of people have spoken this a lot. I'm a bit late to this topic, but yeah, it's about the Ray Rice situation, and also Beyonce's sister Solange. That situation. So I also want to include the suspension of Whoopi Goldberg from the show that she's on. Another guy, I'm not sure, I think he's called Stephen A. Smith. I think he's like a commentator for basketball or something like that. Yeah, here's my take on the situation. I saw the video and the stories about Ray Rice. So apparently she hit him first. Then she hit him. Then he backed off. Then she lunged into him, and then he gave her an uppercut that brought her to the ground. But before she hit the ground, she hit the railings, like a bar on the side of the elevator. I don't know what she was saying to him. First of all, I don't excuse his actions. No one should be hitting anyone. Not her or him. So I'm not taking sides at all. But I have certain theories that I stick by, or philosophy that I stick by. And one of them is what Whoopi Goldberg said. That's probably what got her suspension. Is if you hit a man, as a female, you should be ready to get hit back. I agree with that. I also agree with the fact that a woman shouldn't hit a man in the first place, and a man certainly shouldn't hit a woman in the first place. Okay, a woman's weapon should be her mouth. You can't be, well, you can, but it's hard to be a female at an argument. Females are socially gifted. It's easy to them. They have a different realm of socializing, and us men our socializing is a bit simplified. My take on it is, a woman can say all she wants up to a certain level, and as a man you should leave. If you feel that she's saying enough to make you want to break her skull or punch her up, you need to leave that place and get away. As a man, you should know that. Now, when a woman's getting me angry, up to a point where I just want to punch her in the face, I don't even want to talk no more. I just want to do something to her. I realize I'm at a dangerous place. I need to leave the premises. When I feel like that, I just go. I just go out for a couple of days or something. I'm not gonna stay there for me to get so enraged that I'm just gonna punch her. But I hate to say it, but if a woman did punch me in the face, I'm not in favor of punching a woman. But if a woman does punch me in the face, I probably would punch her back, because that's what I'd do if a man would hit me. I've done it before, vice versa. That's what I'll do. It's not something I'm just talking about. It's something I would do. If someone punches me, I'm gonna try and punch you back. Unless I'm knocked out, you've just knocked me out. When you're knocked out, there's nothing you can do. You just wake up thinking, what the hell happened? Again, I don't condone hitting a woman, but if a woman hits you, I'm not saying hit her back, but if you do, I'm not going to feel sorry for her that much because she hit you first. You're both in the wrong. She shouldn't hit you. You shouldn't hit her. It's as simple as that. I don't want to say we have the right to hit a woman if she hits you. But I'm just saying, as a woman, when you hit a man, you're going into uncharted territory. And going into uncharted territories can bring dangers. And you need to, that's what Whoopi Goldberg was saying. Once you hit a man, because as a man, and even girls, depending what area you're from or how you was raised, you're raised that if someone raises a finger against you, you fight back. Simple. There's no simple logic. Someone hits you on the cheek, you try and hit their cheek back. You do them as they done you. My opinion on the Ray Rice situation is he shouldn't have done what he did. Just like his woman shouldn't have done what she did. You're responsible adults. And another thing is, it has nothing to do with us. I don't know how footage from cameras can become so public. I don't know how this happens. But it happens. And as stars or people who are famous, you need to be more smart. Maybe you should drink alcohol in the premises of your own house. Because if you're not a sensible drinker and you're just going out doing stupid things and you let emotions get the best of you, it's gonna be a great story for these bloggers and this new generational media that just love gossip, like TMZ. I personally don't understand people like that. It's weird. I mean, what do you get from spreading gossip? I mean, I guess it's fun. It's like talking about football or something. The only thing I have against this Ray Rice situation is the fact that he got suspended for like a indeterminate amount of time. So he doesn't know what time. It's like a guy stuck in prison. He doesn't know when he's getting out. You've just taken away his livelihood for something that had nothing to do with the sport. It had nothing to do with that. I don't agree with. Because even his fiancée who got hit, she's thinking about the money. She's thinking, damn, if you take away his livelihood, how's he going to look after all of us? Again, I'm not condoning what he did. But I've noticed that there seems to be a tiny bit of a double standard here. I'm not saying it's sexism or anything. But what I'm realizing is, for example, see what Solange Knowles done to her sister's husband, Jay-Z. Where was her backlash? Was her backlash equal to Ray Rice's backlash? And I know what the first argument is. Oh, but she's a woman. Like, it don't hurt. Nah, I don't care. That's assault. Jay-Z should have the right to stand in the elevator, not thinking about whether his face or stomach or leg is going to get kicked or punched. He should be able to have a clear mind and just be in public safe. So what she did was break his peace. She broke the peace. She physically tried to get at him. And she looked much more mad and crazy than Ray Rice. Ray Rice just looked like it was automatic punch. Again, I'm not excusing any of them. But they both should get equal sort of backlash. I believe that Ray Rice got punished a bit too harshly, and I believe that Beyonce's sister didn't get punished at all. Like, they need to meet in the middle somehow, like that. It needs to be a level sort of backlash, punishment. there's another argument saying that, oh, females are not stronger than males, so therefore, you know, a female has the right to hit a man, but the man that still doesn't have the right to hit her back. Nah, that's just stupidness. I'm sorry, that's just stupidness. You know, that's like a small car entering a race, knowing what sort of cars is going to be in the race, but still he brings his little Mini Cooper to the race, thinking he can beat Formula 1 cars or NASCARs, whatever. You're not going to win. The excuse can't be, oh, you should go slower because, you know, my car is not as good. Nah, you know what sort of race you're getting into. Don't get in that race. Know what field you're getting into. So if you hit a man, what? Expect to get punched in the face. It's just, it's as simple as that. I don't see that. Like for example, if you, in some areas where I came from, a lot of females could beat up men. I'm not even joking. Some of these big girls were ready to fight, and I've seen guys get manhandled by the woman, and the man started the fight by slapping her, punching her, and she was ready to fight. She was swinging. She understands how it goes. If I hit you, I expect you to hit me back. It's as simple as that. I don't see the logic in that. There's some females out there who are stronger than males. Fact. So that whole argument that because females are weaker than males, they have the right to hit men, and men don't have the right to hit them back. Fact is, no one, male or female, has the right to hit anyone. You both should be arrested. Both should be punished. That's how I see it. So, another thing I want to add is, I'm starting to notice that public opinion, that having an opinion can get you in trouble. The new society doesn't like to be honest anymore. We can't take the truth. 50 years ago, it was about the truth. 100 years ago, a large percentage of the earth was racist. It wasn't there, it was ignorance. Now we're in a world where you can't even say the truth. I just think we're living in a time of ignorance. Like, we're not questioning things anymore. We're just accepting, the status quo. I'm not down for that. If you got an opinion, state your opinion. I don't care what it is. State your opinion. Whoopi Goldberg and a lot of other people stated their opinions, and they got backlash for it. Why? Why did she get backlash for it? I can see the world, especially the Western world, indirectly, we're being controlled. I'm not going to get into conspiracy theories, but if you look at what we're allowed to say, it just seems that we're in a mental prison. I know it doesn't seem like that because you can go on the internet and you can go to McDonald's and do this and that and this and that, but really, that's not really freedom. It's made to look like you're free, but you're not. Like, you try and go online and start talking about terrorist plots and start talking about what you're gonna do to certain people. Like, you get tracked down and probably detained. It's getting to that point where you have to be careful what you say. You can't just say what you feel, and it's sad. People can't appreciate honesty. Like, someone like me in this world, when I tell you how it is, some people look offended. Like, oh, why do you talk like that? I'm telling it how it is. It's my opinion. And I don't want to bring this up as well. is this whole sexism argument that, you know, females need more rights. Well, my opinion is females have got enough rights in most things, not everything, but in a lot of things they've got more rights. And that whole sexism argument doesn't make sense to me anymore, because women got it good. Unless you live in a strict Islamic country where you're not allowed to drive as a woman. As a woman, you have a lot of freedom. Seriously, you have a lot of, well, I wouldn't say freedom, but you have a lot of rights. And I was reading a study about how less men want to get married. You know, because the law and the situation and how modern times are, marriage is not a good deal for a man anymore. Like, it's not. Marriage doesn't seem like a good choice. In a business perspective, that's how I look at it. Like, marriage doesn't look like a good business choice. For me, anyway. Like, I'm just being real. And I don't want to say this is sexism, saying that, you know, feminists are making it hard for men. Nah, because it works. It works both ways. Seriously. There's sexism in both ways. But it's not one-sided anymore. We can't pretend like, oh, women are getting tortured. This is not the suffragettes. Like, the suffragettes was 80 years ago, 50 years ago. I can't remember. Women can vote. Women can do a lot of things. But it just scares me when a woman can take half your money and then you're still paying child support. That's what bothers me. That really bothers me. That a woman can enough destroy your life if you're married to her. See, I don't know. I don't want to get into this. I don't want to start something. As I said, it works both ways. But we can't act like it's one-sided anymore. It's come to a point where as a female, you can actually get away with a lot of things. And as a male, and even as a white male, like, I feel sorry for white people, white men. Like, white men can't say a lot of things, especially racially. They can't say anything. They can't. And we can't talk. You can't talk about homosexuals anymore. You can't. It depends how you say it, or they would just say, "Oh, you're homophobic. You're homophobic." I'm not homophobic. It's not like I don't like gay people. It's just I have opinions on it, and gay people have their own opinions, and I don't mind hearing their opinions. But what's not fair is I don't get to say my opinion. Even though my opinion is against homosexuality, I'm not going to go out and start killing homosexuals. I don't actually care. But I want to have the right to have my opinion. If I think it's wrong, I'm going to say I think it's wrong. Hey, I like you, but I think what you're doing is wrong. Doesn't mean I don't want to be around you. But opinions like that, people don't want to hear. You can't say your own opinion. Anyway, I don't want to dance around the topic again, but world is changing. Like, we got to be honest. Every 5 years is so different to the last 5 years before. It's actually scary how time and trends and things that people are tolerant for are changing. You know, I remember there was a video where I was speaking about how girls and boys dress weird. They dress like they're in the opposite sex or gender. That's just an example. We're becoming very tolerant in one way, but we're becoming strict in another way. So like, oh, you can wear what you like, you can do what you like, but you just can't say what you like. Oh, so I can go out and have sex with 100 prostitutes, but I can't go on national TV and say I don't like homosexuals because of this. That's just an example. It's not a good example, but I'm just saying you can do what you like, but you just can't say what you like. You can't. You just gotta be careful what you say. And I think that's sad, man. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Fact is, yeah, it just seems like to be a man it's not easy as it used to be. You know, as a man, you have to make your decisions. You have to make decisions based on wisdom. You can't just go straight into something and make that mistake, because that mistake might destroy your life. You might marry the wrong woman and she'll destroy your life. And I've seen this. It's not like I'm making this up. I've seen this through my own family members who ended up poor because of this, in depression, mental problems, because they just can't deal with the stress. You know, they'd be working all their life in their career, met a woman that they thought they loved, it went sour. All of a sudden, she's decided, I want to take all your money for the rest of your life because I got 2-3 kids with you. Gee, I don't know. But then again, if the man's being abusive and you want to get your payback, that's different. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about. I mean, if you've got a good man and you still want to destroy his life, I'm talking about that story. If the guy's being horrible to you, hey, do what you got to do. But I'm gonna leave it there. It just seems to be a double standard. Ray Rice don't deserve that sort of suspension. If anything, he needs to go to anger management, and Beyonce's sister as well. I just don't like the way Beyonce's sister was able. Nothing's really happened to her. She can just go home and eat her food and live nice. Like, you know, it's sort of like how, you remember that story where the woman chopped off her man's penis because he wanted a divorce. But on the same show that Whoopi Goldberg is on, everyone was laughing about it. And what's funny is, if it was a woman with her breast cut open and left on the table or chucked in the garbage disposal, which we don't have in this country, we would not be laughing at all. Even male rape is not taken seriously. So get over it. That's not proper rape. Like, it is rape. If you don't want it, it's rape. There's definitely a double standard on both sides, but it's definitely a double standard. That disgusted me when I watched that. How can you laugh at something like that? How can you laugh at something like that? Because without, I hate to be sadist, but I just keep it real. Without a penis and a vagina, you wouldn't be born. I wouldn't laugh at a woman being mutilated. What's the word? Castrated. So I don't find it funny that he had his thing chopped off, and this woman isn't doing 10 years in prison for it. I think she got punished somehow, but it wasn't that serious. See, stories like that actually make me sick. Actually make me sick. So as a man out there in the modern world, and women as well, you gotta make the right decisions. Before you get married to a woman, spend a couple years with her. Get to know every angle, everything about her, her bad side. I mean it. I mean, test her. Trust me, man. I've got a few friends who got married young. I don't know why they did it. Some of them are living good, some of them ain't. All I know is, if you don't plan your life, well, then you're planning to fail. Really. It's like walking outside with a blindfold. You're not going to see where you're going. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. It's 25 minutes. It's a bit long. Hope I didn't bore you. But I just want to get this off my chest.